Happy New Year. We're into 2025 and already it seems like an action-packed year. Recent US elections, potential tariffs on Canadian products. We have the economy being uncertain, the Bank of Canada's interest rates, Ottawa housing market activity, and Trudeau stepping down and Liberals looking for a leader come March. What would happen to the housing market if the Conservatives under Poilievre would take over or if the Liberals continue the reign. We'll talk about all that and more in this episode of Auto Real Estate Buzz, so stay tuned and let's get going. Before taking a look at the future of Canada's housing market under the Conservatives, being Poilievre, or the Liberal Party's continuous reign, let's take a look at what happened with the interest rates first, and then we'll get into those specifics afterwards. The Bank of Canada dropped the interest rates by 0.5%, bringing the overnight rate to 3.25%, and the lending rate now sitting at 5.45% for those with variable rates. And obviously, the fixed rates are lower now, but that's depending on the bonds. Also, the next meetings for the rates would be on January 29th and following that March 12th. And for the 29th meeting, just because of the uncertainty and what's been happening within the economy, I feel that the drop will be a bit slightly less than previous at 0.25%. So it's still a good movement, I feel, but more of a cautious touch by Bank of Canada just to see what is going to happen, specifically relative to potential tariffs coming our way from our neighbors down south. Now, let's take a look at the recent Ottawa housing activity for the month of December to provide you with an idea of what's happening, and we'll provide you with the breakdown and details, specific details with the sales activity towards the end of the video. So make sure that you watch it all the way through. Taking a look at the single homes, we had 303 units sell in December, and the average sale price is sitting at $860,000. That's an increase of 6.7% compared to the previous year. Looking at townhomes, we had 183 units sold, and the average sitting at $564,000. That's an increase of 6.2% compared to the previous year. So we see movement now with the average price and the also the number of sold units. Looking at the condominium market, we had 113 units sold and $425,000 average price, and that's a drop of 3.6% compared to the previous year. So the condo market's shaken a little bit, not as good as expected, but again, it's not a drastic drop considering the season we're in right now, being a slower season traditionally. What will 2025 look like for Canada's housing, and specifically the housing of Ottawa? And that has to do with the economy and specifically what's been happening with the speculations of a US tariff of 25% looming. Whether that's a bluff or reality remains to be seen. So there's uncertainty there, which will have an impact essentially on our economy. Whether there's going to be some sort of a trade war happening, hopefully not, but remains to be seen. So we just have to take in things as they come along at us in the coming months. Looking at the unemployment, we're at a 3-year high in Canada at 6.8%, and now we're dealing with a bit of a chaos within the Canadian political realm, with Trudeau stepping down and the Liberal Party choosing a new leader come March 9th. And whether they can rearrange themselves to be able to oppose the conservatives, and Poilievre remains to be seen. But we should take a look at what the liberals are offering for the housing, as well as what the conservatives are doing. Liberals pretty much are dedicating a $20 billion towards infrastructure over the next 10 years for rental properties and senior homes, as well as a residential rebate on GST, changing it to 100%, and as well as 125 million tax incentive for rental units. At the same time, conservatives are pretty much really putting their focus on scrapping the sales tax on new builds, which will significantly help first-time home buyers or home buyers going after new builds, which will encourage a good movement on the housing activity. Again, this is also relative with many other variables hand in hand. And I can tell you one thing, regardless of what either party is promising, this is a very difficult situation to deal with, because you have to deal with immigration to come up with a balanced amount of immigrants coming in, because we are, as Canadians, very dependent on immigration. So you can't just cut things off. To find that balance at the same time to deal with our neighbors down south. And regardless of what either party is offering, you can throw money at the problem or provide regulations as incentives. Those are helpful in a sense, but let's not forget that we do need 5.8 million homes by 2030. That's pretty much 3.5 million more than our ability to build so far. And I believe that the core begins with municipalities. So the changing of zonings, the allowance of zonings, that will significantly help speed up the process for housing. And City of Ottawa seems to be doing what they need to, and we'll see the change happening towards the mid or end of 2025. We're already seeing the restructure of the zoning codes and so on, and that's a good thing. It needs to be perhaps more effectively implemented and to allow more densification. And on top of that, what I believe will also help, in addition to, which there's not a lot of touch on that at the moment, is to restructure the zoning to allow light or multi-use commercial units. So conversion, or the allowance of conversion of residential into multi-use units and light industrial. And what that means is that you will allow a home to be used in a certain spot as a convenience store or a coffee shop. These things will really help densification, because it creates accessibility, and that's what we tremendously lack within Ottawa. I have difficulty finding commercial places for people who are looking to open very light, coffee shop, sandwich shop, convenience store locations. It's a pain, and that needs to change if it's going to allow more densification again, for people to find benefits into living in the core. We'll now take a look at the feature property of the month, and afterwards we'll get into showing you the detailed market activity for the month of December. Okay, now let's take a look at our featured listings. We have a couple of listings actually new, and the first one is a rental property in Arcadia community, very close to Tanger Outlet in Canada Central, 213 Halyard Way, listed for $2,550 per month plus utilities. And this is a Minto built mid-unit home, and we'll take just a quick snapshot for you guys to take a look at what it is. So you have 3 bedrooms on the second level and the 2 full baths. The basement has been finished, and this is the main level with the stainless steel appliances and updated cabinetry. And taking a look at the second level, these are the 3 bedrooms and the 2 full baths we were talking about. Okay, and then finally the lower level, the basement. Another single home we have in the same area, same builder, 4 bedroom, 3 baths, is at 232 Saddleback, and it's a great home as well, $3,100, just to show you what the interior looks like. Lots of upgrades, a beautiful home, and we have an open concept kitchen, 4 bedrooms on the second level with 2 full baths, and we have granite countertops in the kitchen, gas stove, and no rear neighbors. Beautiful property, right? And then we have 2 properties, 2 listings that they're both for sale and for rent as well. And the first one is 159 Bolognese Grove in Canada South, short distance to Walmart, so really great spot and as far as the amenities go. And the rent for this unit is $3,700 plus utilities. And looking at a couple of pictures, and again, we have this home for sale as well. If you would be interested, the list price is at close to, you're right out at 1.3 million approximately, so $1,299,900. And this is the interior of the home. Beautiful home, immaculate as far as the upgrades go. So this is for rent and for sale. As you can see, waterfall countertops, beautiful upgraded cabinetry, stainless steel appliances, finished basement with a bedroom and a sauna and a fireplace. So you can't go wrong with this home for sale and for rent. And finally, we have our property in Old Ottawa East. This is steps from the canal, prime spot, for rent for $3,200 per month plus utilities, and as well for sale for $1,050,000. And taking a look at a couple of pictures with this unit, you have 2 bedrooms, 1 full bath on the main level, finished basement with a bedroom, kitchen, and a full bath. And the basement lower level has a separate access to the back of the home as well. So again, potentially for those looking to for investment properties and to reside themselves on the main level, rent on the lower level, this is ideal property for you. So there you have it for our showcase featured properties. So there you have it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me by phone, email, text. And I always love to sit down over a cup of coffee, chat with you guys. And until the next episode, take care.